What's up? What's going on? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? My peeps, my peoples, we is in the building, peep squad. Let's get down to the situation. There is a whole lot going on out here in these streets, especially when you're talking about rappers and you're talking about DJ Academics and you talk about Hassan Campbell, a YouTuber, and Wack 100. It's like, OMG, what is happening? What is going on? But first, we're going to take a listen at Big U basically respond to some of the things that were out here in these streets about Big U allegedly, which was said from Wack 100 that, he was sending Wack 100 over there to Laura London to get 30% of Nipsey Hussle's property. Now that's a crazy situation. And basically, Hassan Campbell was explaining that when it comes down to the situation, sending Wack over there to get 30% of Nipsey Hussle's money or whatever catalog that he does have, they didn't go through the right channels. They didn't go through, you know what I mean, as far as the record label or the people that actually have the contracts with them. So, that's the situation, point blank, period. And I'm just like, OMG, what is happening? What is going on? So it's like, yo, what's going on with this Nipsey Hussle situation? Was Nipsey Hussle being blackmailed? And who was actually blackmailing Nipsey Hussle? And it seems like Hassan Campbell, he dropped all the recordings, on his Patreon account. And when he dropped the recordings on his Patreon account about Wack 100, some of us heard some of the recordings, and it was basically, Wack 100 doing a lot of talking. And I thought the name of the game was Loose Lips sank ships. Like, so what's going on in this situation? There's a whole lot happening, and like Wack is saying that no, there's no way that he would be blackmailing or extorting, Nipsey Hussle. He was trying to save Nipsey Hussle. He was trying to protect him. He was paying the person off that was actually blackmailing Nipsey Hussle and was blackmailing him before he died or whatever the case may be. And he would give him 20,000 here, 10,000 there. And it was like, why would you be giving somebody that type of money to protect Nipsey Hussle's reputation when it seems like you don't even like Nipsey Hussle? And like, why would you be paying out of your pocket for free? Ain't nobody in this world that nice. Ain't nobody in this world that caring and loving for a stranger that they really don't know and they really don't get down with. Because if that was the case, why is Wack 100 allegedly out here? DJ Academic said today on his YouTube channel when he went live with Hassan Campbell, and also he went live, with Wack 100, Academics was basically saying that Wack 100 told him the same story as well about there's a sex tape, there's a videotape about, Nipsey Hussle getting it in with his first baby mama, and there was another dude involved. Nipsey Hussle wasn't physically, engaged with another man or anything else like that. It was just basically running a train or, something of that nature. But DJ Academic said, yes, Wack told me that behind the scenes. So, he can't like that dude. If you really like somebody, you really respect somebody, and you're really doing something out of the bottom of your heart, the first thing that you would do, you would keep that to yourself. Like you just rock with that to yourself. DJ Academics doesn't need to know. And also Hassan Campbell don't need to know what was actually going on and what was you doing. Like, why brag about the situation? Why talk about the situation, with people that, are not going to speak. So it's just like, okay, so what's going on? Who's out here extorting who? Like, what is happening in this situation? It just makes you think that Wack 100 is the one with the videotape of Nipsey Hussle, and like he's going to be paying somebody 10,000, 5,000, 8,000, 20,000 here and there because the guy keep asking for money, or he's going to be releasing the, videotape of Nipsey Hussle. So So that don't really make no sense, especially when you're talking greasy about him and things of that nature. Like, why would you be paying that? No, you're paying yourself. That's what it sounds like. But in any event, it was a whole lot going on in that situation. And then to actually, hear like these people, talk about Nipsey Hussle like that, and basically saying that he was getting extorted, and people are still taking money, whether it's Wack 100 or people he does know. He said he ain't a part of it, but it's like, damn, you in a mix of everything. So what is going on? And then, Hassan Campbell dropped a recording of him having a conversation with Big U. Hassan Campbell thought Big U didn't know that he was on the phone because Wack 100 called Big U Big U on the phone, and Hassan was on three-way and things of that nature, and Big U didn't know that Hassan was on the phone, and they was talking about Nipsey Hussle, talking about, all this other stuff, like taking money from people. Like, damn, how you supposed to make it and get by when people that look like you are doing this to you? But in any event, this is alleged conversation. The recordings did drop on YouTube and also dropped on Patreon through, Hassan Campbell and this situation. So in any event, when that all happens, today, when it comes to Wack 100, he got on, Instagram or YouTube with DJ Academics, and he basically said, Hassan, you don't know what you're talking about. That's a lie. Because Big U wasn't even on the phone, and I haven't talked to Big U in like 15 months. I haven't talked to him a long time. I don't even like him, because one of the moves were, people thinking that Wack 100 wants to push Big U up out the way in this situation. So, you got all that going on, and it's just like, okay, what is happening? And I did see some reports about Big U, as far as, he's working with the community and he's getting grants and stuff like that from, law enforcement and things of that nature. And he basically says that he's not in the gang of anything of that nature. But what's really going on? And also, DJ Academic really looks scared in the situation. If you ask me, like when DJ Academics was actually talking to Hassan Campbell at first, before Wack 100 jumped into the situation, it seemed like DJ Academics was really trying to get Hassan Campbell to calm down, to chill out, like, yo, don't do this. This ain't, it just seemed like DJ Academics was scared. It didn't seem like DJ Academics had that energy as far as, okay, oh, they're about to go down. Like, I put this together, this is happening. It just seems like he looked very nervous. And and the word out on the street from Hassan Campbell allegedly is that Wack 100 is actually, coming after that he is extorting DJ Academics. Do you guys believe that that is true? And then also extorting podcasts like Adam22. Like, is this really happening? Adam22 is getting extorted by Wack 100? Like, Adam22, you talk about everything else. Like, are you going to talk about the situation? And then you have, the situation where Hassan Campbell drops the information where, as far as it comes to Gilly the Kid getting punched in the face and running away. I'm like, Gilly from Philly running from somebody? Like, and and it seems like when it comes to Hassan Campbell, he just hit Wack before Wack can actually hit him. And why they were having conversations and talking, when it comes to Hassan Campbell, he's saying that they are going to do business together and things of that nature. But why is Wack 100 just running off at the mouth? Like, is this G's? Is this G code? Is this gangster, loose lips, sank ships? What do you guys think about that situation? The whole lot going on. What's going on, Lorraine? How you doing? So we're gonna check out, Big U responds to, Hassan Campbell dropping the recording about Wack 100, and you basically saying that Big U is a snake. But then today on YouTube, on Academics YouTube channel, Wack 100 jumped on there and said, I don't like Big U. We don't get along. We don't talk. We be in the same room with each other. We don't even say hi. So, Wack 100 got to stand 100 down on the situation. Wack said if he said something once, he could repeat it twice. But it just really seemed like gutter and snake activity, point blank, period. Like what's really going on? Is this true? Is Wack 100 telling Hassan Campbell the truth on these recordings? Or is he just talking and just running his mouth? Is this actually true? But we know he had the Kanye West situation. He had that sex tape. He had the De La Hoya sex tape. He got paid $800,000 for the pictures that he put out there about Oscar De La Hoya, the boxer, and he also said that he has videotape. And then Wack 100 is trying to say, when he says squeeze, to me, squeeze is when you're trying to take money, you're trying to take all the blood, you're trying to take all the sweat out of somebody, you're trying to squeeze him, take him for everything. That's what that means to me. But DJ Academics is saying to Hassan Campbell, no, Wack said squeeze, but he said in LA, it means like, if you do something for me, I do something for you. So if I do one thing for you, you got to do two things for me. Or since we're doing favors for each other, that's what it means. It just really seemed like Academics was really trying to make it seem like, none of this is going on, because extortion is a crime for real, for real. So let's check this out and listen to what Big U had to say about the whole situation. And then we're going to continue to what, Hassan was out here saying. I'm just like, yo, what is happening? What is going on? Like, this is crazy. Let's see, history. I must have closed it. Oh, so here we go.
That day just got shared. Yo, Gab, what up with it?
This is Big U.
Hell no, I want them to keep my name out their mouth. I want them to keep my name in their mouth. That's how I get the check. I'm like Cat Williams, man. If you ain't got nobody to hate on, feel free to hate on me. So I get the check, man. So I get the check. They say if they ain't talked about you, ain't doing nothing. I'm developing options, man. I'm about to go do some more work right here. We just got another deal for the media outlet, for the media company. Chalk one up. About to start this new project. Start filming this new project. Working on. I could tell y'all the name because it's been funded already, but I ain't telling y'all. Get out. This is stupidity. We did what's crazy, but none of this shit don't prove to be nothing. We did what's crazy, but none of this shit is stupidity. We did what's crazy, but none of this shit don't prove to be nothing. You don't apologize. So why the fuck should I address it? Y'all niggas sound so stupid. And all you people just go with whatever is first thing in your mind. Man, I like that backpack. First, we working. We working. You know what I mean? Real business. We don't do no glow. We just keep working. Like I said, stay real, stay positive, stay connected. Real simple. Look for the positive in everything you do. And all you got to do is read the writing on the wall. Words to live by. Stay working on them. Stay working on them. Look, they make my numbers go up. You know what I mean? Numbers go up, viewers go up. And y'all already know all the truth. Y'all be blessed. I just came to check in so y'all tell y'all the good happy news I just got. Been working on this project. And we actually got two good blessings. I got one good blessing for developing option to do, which I always tell y'all about. And I got a second blessing for my media company. The more y'all talk about me, the more these white folks go look up my name. Y'all keep it.
So you hear Big U basically saying he has a media company, and the more that people talk about him, the more the white folks go look up his name. So is Wack 100 and Big U in this together with this situation? You know what I mean? Because you got Hassan out here talking about people gonna die. TMZ called him and they told him they want all the recordings that he got because they got word that in 3 months somebody is going to disappear. And this is what Hassan Campbell said on DJ Academic's YouTube channel earlier today. You know what I mean? So that's what he said. And it just really seemed like DJ Academics was like, yo, this is just way too much. Like, he's like confused. He's like really want Hassan to calm down, and he's really trying to bring, Wack 100 and DJ Academics together in this situation. I don't know. You got, allegedly you have Hassan Campbell out here saying that Wack 100 is extorting everybody, and including, possibility, allegedly, it may be DJ Academics too. So if is that happening? Is Big U and Wack 100 working together, or Big U ain't even worried about the situation because he thinks that, Wack 100 is going to come back and apologize? There's a whole lot of politicking going on in this situation. And so, and it's being alleged, through the recordings from Wack 100 that Big U wanted to extort Nipsey Hussle and Laura London, and wanted Wack 100 to go over there and confront Laura London and get some of his money. And they wanted to go through the channels of Laura London, not through no lawyers, not through no contacts, not through nothing. And then, it was also alleged by, Hassan Campbell through recordings that Nipsey Hussle, brother had pulled a gun out on Big U. And Big U, after Nipsey Hussle died, Big U allegedly, this is what was said in the recordings that are on Patreon, and this is what's coming from Hassan's mouth, that when Nipsey Hussle died, Big U went over there to Nipsey Hussle's studio and took all his equipment. What's going on? Like, what's happening? Is this, why would Wack 100 be telling Hassan Campbell all this? We know he likes to talk. We know, he's full of, information. He's full of, gab, especially on Clubhouse. But why would he be telling Hassan Campbell that? Is he trying to set up Hassan Campbell? Hassan Campbell right now wants to move from his location. He thinks people are trying to get at him because he's exposing this information. If this is true information, people can get locked up and people can disappear and go see the clouds and go see the stars at night, or go take a dirt nap. You know what I mean? So you guys let me know what you think about this situation. This is crazy. Like, what's really going on? I'm just like, Lord, these are some real gangster shit. If this is true, like, I'm just like, yo, Lorraine, like, it is crazy. It's a whole lot going on in this situation. And like, the claims, and Big U said he's not going to address the claims. So he's not even, denying it or confirming the claims. He goes, people know what it is. People already know the truth. They're just coming over here to see what I got to say. And then he's promoting his company. So like, yo, is Wack 100 and Big U working together? Wack 100 said he don't like that dude, and that dude don't like him. But listen, when you are trying to get that money and get that bag, and you're doing it through social media, you got to pull some stunts. But I don't think DJ Academics is comfortable with these stunts, because he's in the middle and he's been giving both of these guys a platform, and he might feel guilty if something does happen. Or is he getting extorted because Wack 100 was like, DJ Academics, you this, you that. Why ain't you saying that? I pressed that dude. I did that to that dude. What you mean? Like, why you on some bullshit? Talking to, DJ Academics, sonning him like he's his son, like he's his kid. Like, yo, bro, yo, what's up? He was talking mad reckless. So what's going on with, is DJ Academics getting extorted? Like, what's happening? And, Wack already said Oscar De La Hoya, he got him. That was a lick on that situation. So is he telling the truth? And he also said that he had the Kris Kardashian tape allegedly from Hassan Campbell's mouth, saying that Wack 100 had the sex tape part 2. He got it from Ray J. And then he was extorting Kanye West, and Kanye West paid that chain, that paper, that cash, the ducats, the coins, the milk, the food to Wack 100. So what's going on? Like, this is some grimy ass shit. This is grimy. When I say gritty, grimy, and Hassan Campbell at this moment, he's thinking that he's on top of the world because he's exposing this situation. And he said he recorded, Whack 100 because he don't trust him. He's grimy. He's a snake. And the way that he was talking about he is extorting all these other people, he wasn't trying to have that happen to him. So he needed an insurance plan. And, what if it's all lies? But I don't know if it's all lies. Only thing is, Nipsey Hussle people, his brother, they're not going to address the situation, but say something about it. Like, is it true? Adam22, is it true? Is it true? DJ Academics? So DJ Academics ain't going to say nothing because, Ack really just seems very nervous about the situation. Very nervous. And, Hassan is talking about when it comes to Whack 100's ego. His ego is so big, it's so large, and he was just running off at the mouth telling him everything. And Hassan Campbell said that Whack couldn't be trusted. He didn't trust him, but they had a good conversation and they were supposed to be doing business together, working on a clothing line and all this other stuff. But then once Whack 100 jumped on Academics, channel, he said, I just stopped talking to him. Like, I call him, he don't pick up. He called me, I don't pick up. We haven't had conversation. We haven't been talking. But that's far from the truth, because when you guys met up and did the interview with DJ Academics, Hassan Campbell, and what's his name, Tekashi 69 and Whack 100, they did the interview. It's on Spotify. Watched the whole thing maybe twice. And to me, it didn't seem like Whack was pressing Hassan Campbell. Hassan Campbell's used to people saying, why don't you get after the person that, abused you? If the man's been abused, from people in his household when he was a kid and his mother, and then now he ran to Bam's house, allegedly, or whatever the case may be, he said that he loves Bam. He said that, he won't hurt that man. He was basically at the table being the realest one at the table, telling the truth. Because like he said in the interview, there's a lot of y'all that probably got molested and ain't saying nothing. And Wack turned around and said, that's a fact. That's a fact. So who else in the room got molested? You know what I mean? So, the interview, they talked, the interview, yeah, Wack said this and that. Oh, how come you didn't do that? But whatever. Hassan was just basically really trying to explain this shit because it's a weird shit to explain. It's psychology, it's crazy shit. People don't understand that sometimes people identify with the person that hurt them or whatever the case may be. And, Wack is like, yo, you're supposed to do that. You're supposed to handle that business once you see him. And Hassan was like, yo, he apologized to me. And sometimes that's what all victims want, is an apology. And you probably won't go to jail. But in any event, if everybody took out the person that molested them or touched them or abused them, we wouldn't have so many people locked up in prison. We wouldn't have so many people being abused. Everybody don't go after the person that hurt them. And Hassan was acting gangster and then acting God at the same damn time. But when it comes to Whack 100 pressing Hassan, and this video, he's pressing Hassan. That's on DJ Academics channel, and Ack is getting pressed by Whack 100. The way that Whack 100 is expressing itself and yelling, being gritty, talking gutter, that's pressing. The way that he was talking to Hassan Campbell, he was tiptoeing on the situation. He wasn't like, he was asking him questions like, please tell me, I want to understand. And Hassan really thought that, hey, this guy wants me to explain abuse, and I want to explain abuse because so many people been abused out here. And I didn't feel like he was being pressed because Tekashi 69 had Whack 100 in a chokehold, had Hassan in the chokehold, and bringing both of their heads together, hugging them. There was all hugging together. There was whispering while Tekashi, other team, the gangsters, was on the other side talking to Academics. Academics was drunk as shit. But if you pay close attention, Academics don't look good in this situation. He was just really, really nervous, in my opinion. And he was really trying to beg Hassan to, like, yo, can you stop? Hassan said, well, if this dude do this dude do that, I'll take everything down. Hassan said he's going to get lawyers after me. Academics kind of feels responsible for the situation, but he does look nervous. He does look like shit. And, and also Hassan was calling out Academics like, yo, Academics was definitely sticking up for Whack 100 in a situation. Definitely. And that makes you kind of nervous because he's supposed to be neutral. They was just on your show, and you're speaking up for academics. Academics is speaking up for Hassan. And why ain't you neutral in the situation? Especially if you're cool with both of them. You might be cool with Wack 100 more, but it was kind of crazy. I would just check out Academic's face, check out how he's looking. He just looks really nervous in the situation. I was just like, yo, like, what's really going on? So you guys, is this the guy he allegedly abused him? Oh, no. The guy that allegedly abused him as hip hop, originator, African Bambaataa, Zulu Nation, or Bam, they call him, from New York right now. Bam is not in America, things of that nature. So Academics did look shook. And this particular video that's, Academics did, take it down. He's probably going to edit it or whatever. But Wack was pressing Ack. He was definitely pressing him in this video, and Ack wasn't happy. Ack wasn't thrilled. Ack wasn't joking. Ack was so serious. Ack just looked so worried, or Ack is just like, damn, I should have never brought these motherfuckers together. Either that, but it just seems like really like crazy in my opinion. And so, Hassan is talking about he got the leak auto, and Hassan basically saying you can go right over there to his Patreon and you can hear the situation. But you also got to think Hassan is trying to get paid off the situation as well, because he said yesterday that he's at war and he's going to need his subscribers to, basically fund the war, pay for this war that he's going through. You know what I mean? So, and then on top of that, you got him over there on Patreon. Y'all can't hate on the man. I would have recorded Wack. Just if I was going to do business with him or whatever. It's just like you always see that he's always in the mix of something. And if he comes out and he slams you, when Wack 100 slams you, people be like, damn, you a sucker. You this, you that. And he can really tarnish you and make you look bad. His voice is very hard. His voice is very strong. And people like Wack 100 because of, he's entertaining and shit. And plus, he's giving you all this, unseen data and information, and he's giving it to a YouTuber, and he's giving it to somebody that needs content, somebody that reports on all types of things. What did he think was going to happen? He said they was having a friendship, but he does this with everybody because he was telling Academics the same thing about, Nipsey Hussle alleged sex tape. So there's a whole lot going on in this situation. And I was just like, and Hassan is basically saying that Wack 100 is blackmailing just everybody. He's squeezing, putting the squeeze on people. And that's when Academics cleaned it up and said, no, he don't mean that or whatever. And then you have Hassan basically talking about Wack 100, talking greasy about DJ K Slay and things of that nature. And I was just like, oof. And Hassan said, he said there ain't no street code with this right here. Nipsey Hussle is crying in his grave. Nipsey Hussle is crying right now. You know what I mean? And the last tweet that he put out there, like, don't believe what they say, they gonna murder me and things of that nature. And there is recordings of Wack 100 saying that Nipsey Hussle didn't put in work. Nipsey Hussle was green lighted by all his boys, his people, his team. This is on the recording that I heard with my own ears, but we're gonna say allegedly. And any event, these are the recordings. That why do Hassan have all these recordings? Like, so this is some crazy shit right here. Like, what's really going on? And then you have, Hassan Campbell basically saying like, yo, there's about to be a war. Somebody's gonna be dead in 3 months. Like, now that is a situation. That is a situation. So if you guys want to call in and tell me your thoughts on the situation, who do you think is right? Who do you think is wrong when it comes to Wack 100 and Nipsey Hussle? And also when it comes to Hassan Campbell, sometimes you have to take insurance policies, and people take insurance policies, when you're dealing with big names like Wack 100, when he already talked about extorting people. And we would just use the one that he confirmed today on Academics YouTube channel is Oscar De La Hoya, that he got $800,000 from that situation. Hassan said he got more auto, he's going to release it. And he's also, basically going, talking about big Wack 100 talking about Big U, being grimy, being dirty, being gritty. He's the worst nigga to mess with. He's the worst dude to do business with. All types of ish, y'all. I mean, like, it's crazy. And and we just listened to the video of Big U basically saying he got an entertainment company coming out. He ain't gonna say nothing because people gonna apologize. Everybody know the truth, so it is what it is. But just imagine if you're Laura London, and if this is actually true, and she's being threatened or she's being extorted to get money from, so a sex tape won't be released and Nipsey Hussle's legacy won't be messed up. So Nipsey Hussle was really, surrounded by snakes. And they're saying the dude Shitty Cuz, this is what Hassan says, Shitty Cuz, was sent to do that to Nipsey. Like, this is crazy. Imagine if these guys are really getting in contact with Laura London and trying to take money up out of her. Like, that's crazy. But in any event, the extortion can't go on anymore because it's out here in the open. But Wack 100 blames Hassan for that because he didn't put, Nipsey Hussle business out here. He didn't tell that part. He told academics, he told Hassan, but he didn't tell the public. So basically he's saying he's not tarnishing, Nipsey Hussle's name. It's Hassan Campbell that's doing it. Hassan Campbell just basically put the shit up out here, whether it's true or not. Like, that's really messed up. If this man was extorted and being extorted after death, and he's dead and gone. God rest his soul. Why is he still being talked about? So when you hear Wack 100 basically say, I'm paying the person that's trying to extort, Nipsey, like, why would you? Like, you just talking about this man to everybody, to a YouTuber, like you want him to put the shit out there. So he creates content. He's a journalist. He's a reporter. He runs his mouth just like you do. He need content like we all do. Okay. So, like, did he want that information out? And that's what it seems like. He wanted that information out. And Hassan Campbell is the best person to put that information out, especially coming off of, the DJ academics interview with Tekashi 6ix9ine, Wack 100, Hassan. Now, right after that, they beefing. Right after that, you got Hassan saying that, Wack 100 was mad shady before the interview, basically wouldn't let him talk, mute his mic on Clubhouse. And he was like, yo, Wack 100 ain't never did that to me. So he was basically, thinking that something's up in the situation. And so you have that being said. And then after that, Wack 100 does the interview with Tekashi, DJ, and Hassan. And then he gets on Clubhouse and he's talking about he pressed, Hassan by basically asking him them questions of how come you got all this gangster energy, you a gangster or whatever, how come you didn't do nothing to your abuser? But the way that Wack was asking them question was he was asking the questions like people generally want to know that information. So like, yo, and so I didn't think that he was being pressed. And Wack was like, yeah, I was pressing him. No, you was asking him hard questions, difficult questions, but questions that people have asked him before and questions that people will want to know. And so it didn't seem like he was pressing him. And then you got, Wack saying, oh, look, I had to tell my boys, Tekashi had to tell his boys not to get at Hassan. It's just like, yo, like, I don't know. The shit seemed like it could be planned, y'all. And so with this situation, I think Hassan Campbell was totally shocked and surprised. He thought that this shit was gonna go viral and he was gonna do what it do. And then when he got on Clubhouse, I think he was really hurt that, Wack was fucking greasy about him because he didn't feel anything like that. And then after that, Hassan jumped on the same Clubhouse that Wack was on. This is the second Clubhouse. Jumped on it and was like, Hassan, and Wack was like, I did press you. Then he was like, yo, take that energy and deal with the person that did this to you, the person that did that did you like that, did your body like this. Won't you go get a napkin? And he was saying this shit right to Hassan's face. I mean, on Clubhouse. So it was like, yo, y'all was just huggy, chummy, talking, chopping it up on, Spotify with academics. And now you're on Clubhouse talking shit about the dude because now you got, Wack saying he heard that Hassan was talking shit about him. Hassan was talking shit about him and Game. And like, what? So basically Wack is saying the reason why he switched up, the reason why he flipped up is because he found out that Hassan Campbell was talking greasy about him and Game on his YouTube channel. So therefore, he was like, yo, why that dude didn't say nothing to me, in front of my face? But dude, you got his number. Call a mother sucker. You guys, like, come on, Wack. Like, come on. You could have called them and be like, yo. So he did ask Hassan, like, yo, what did you say about me on your YouTube channel? Hassan was like, I don't remember. And if you're a YouTuber, you make mad videos and talk about mad shit. Sometimes you can't remember the shit that you talked about, who you talked about, especially if it's a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, 4 months ago. And then, at that time, Wack was pressing Hassan, but when they were face to face, in my opinion, it was no press. I know some guys would say that, the questions that Wack 100 asked, Hassan should have got mad. But then when you have logic and you really want to get this information out and answer the question, because a lot of people want to know. And plus, he's been asked that question millions of times. Like, I have seen Hassan answer that question 1,000 times over the years about why didn't he get at Bam? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is with that situation. These guys are allegedly abusing him. I'm telling you, yeah, extortion. Yeah, extortion is definitely going on, Laray's a whole lot of crap going on, a whole lot of things happening. So in any event, with this situation, they was on Clubhouse, and then it just went downhill from there because Hassan jumped in the room. He was talking greasy about Hassan. And Hassan said, why are you talking greasy? You wasn't pressing me. You wasn't doing this when we was there. How come you ain't saying this in my face? Now you got Wack 100 bringing up, yo, you was talking greasy about me. Wack 100 is saying that he didn't see the video, or he said somebody told him he don't know how to get to Hassan YouTube channel. He don't even really know who Hassan is like that. Then why does he got all these recordings of you running your mouth? Like, so you just pick a random dude from anywhere and you just tell him everybody in the West Coast business, everybody's business, who's getting money taken from them, who got sex tapes, who's doing this and who's doing that. It doesn't really make any sense. Like, so you guys this shit don't make no sense. Either, Wack 100 is one of these dudes that can't keep his mouth zipped, or he don't care. But why would you choose him to tell him all that? And that's when Hassan said we were supposed to do a podcast together. And you got Wack today on Axe channel basically saying we was not going to do no podcast. We was not going to do that. So it seems like, what Wack 100 basically did was he sized up Hassan. He know who Hassan is, but he was running his mouth, making Hassan feel comfortable, giving him this information. And maybe Wack 100 was giving Hassan enough rope to hang himself to see if he was going to put out that information. But allegedly, Hassan is saying that Wack 100 promised a clothing line. They was going to do a clothing line together. They was going to do this together. You got Hassan Campbell talking about we was going to make $10 million. I guarantee you we were still doing this business. And it's like, so if the money was, if everything was right and Wack didn't say anything, these recordings would be secret. You know what I mean? But now Hassan is standing on, I had to expose him. I had to expose the devil. Hassan didn't have to expose the recordings. Hassan didn't even have to beef with Wack 100. After Wack 100 dissed him in that Clubhouse room, basically saying he pressed you. If you know that he didn't press you, then you was like, yo, the dude didn't press me. I didn't feel pressed. I'm comfortable in my skin. I can tell you how I feel about the man that abused me. And then Wack was like, Wack 100 was basically like, well, won't you take that energy and go get that guy that did that to you? You was in a relationship with that guy. You wasn't no kid. And so boom, bada bing. And Hassan jumped on his YouTube channel and exposed some of the audio and then put it on Patreon. But in any event, when Wack is saying that he heard that Hassan was talking greasy about him in a couple of videos a while ago, or whatever, like, you didn't do your due diligence, you didn't check. Wack was out here bragging that, oh, when he did the interview for Spotify with Ack, you know, he was the first one there. He showed up so early. He was peeping out the scene. He was peeping everything to see how to get in, how to get out, who was around, making sure there was no setup. But you're gonna tell me you could do all that, but you don't got time to go and see if this dude was ever talking greasy about you? I guess Wack felt like maybe Hassan should tell him. Hassan said he thought that the dude knew he did videos about him. So y'all tell me what y'all think about that situation. Like, it's really crazy. Like, you know, now we got death threats going on that somebody's gonna die in 3 months. And so it seems like Ack was trying to bring these two guys together, and he was very worried about the situation going on and everything happening between them two, because, you know, he just looked like, yo, this is just too much information out here. Like, this is just too much, like 30%. He was just looking like, yo, somebody can get hurt behind this information. Like, this is jail talk. This is, you know, information where you can get locked up. And I know the FBI is watching, the DEA got to be watching, the prosecution team got to be watching, you know, what's going on in this situation, because, you know, you're talking about people being extortion. You're talking about people being blackmailed right now. And that was going on with, you know, Nipsey Hussle. And then they're saying that the homeboys put Shitty Cuz up to shoot Nipsey, and his own team did it. And Big U is sending Wack to get money from Lauren. Like, this is crazy. Like, you know, unless the popos and the police know that this is all pillow talk, you know what I mean? Because, you know, the police, the hip hop police is everywhere, you know. And academics trying to clean up Squeeze was really kind of like a situation. And you basically have Wack saying that, you know, he will stand 10 toes down. He hasn't talked to Big U in 15 months. He said what he said. He'll say it again. And he said academics is acting like a bitch. He basically, he said, you know what I did? I did press him because I said this. Basically, academics like, oh yeah, you did. At first, when he was talking to Hassan, he was like, yeah, I thought everything was fine. But now once, you know, Wack says, yo, I was pressing him, things that I said. I don't know if you don't understand. Then academics like, oh yeah, you was pressing him. Oh yeah, I did see that. But Ack wasn't saying that when he first went live. He was saying he thought everything was cool. He thought everything was wonderful between the guys. Everybody was hugged up. People were taking picture. And then you got Wack saying, oh, I wasn't taking no picture like that. People was asking for picture. What are you talking about? And then academics cowered down again. So, you know, I don't know if Ack was confused about this situation, or is Wack 100 really that boogeyman and that ghost and that monster? And he ended up playing with the wrong person, and that's Hassan Campbell. Okay? So y'all tell me what y'all think about this situation. Like, this is crazy. And Wack was saying, come on. You know I pressed him. Ack, you know I pressed him. You know I pressed him. You know he was scared. I came there by myself. I didn't show up with nobody, you know. And then he was like, you know, I pressed him about when he asked 6ix9ine for money for homeboy. I think his name, I don't know what's his name, and Ish, or something like that. 6ix9ine snitched on Ish, or whatever the case may be. And then Hassan Campbell and the interview with Ack, 6ix9ine, and Hassan and Wack. Hassan was like, yo, I gotta ask you something, Six, I gotta ask you something. 6ix9ine, I gotta ask you something. What I gotta ask you is, your man Ish, he's doing bad out here, and that's the dude that you snitched on. He needs some money or something. He asked if you can help him out. And then Wack 100 jumped in and said, hell no, he can't help you out. That's dead it. And it wasn't like, you know, Hassan Campbell was like, okay, the dude said no. He ain't gonna give him no money. Okay. And so Hassan moved on. Like, okay, he ain't gonna give him no money. But Wack is acting like, since he said, oh no, I'm dead in that right here. You don't ask no man that. Somebody that he snitched on, that 6ix9ine is gonna go pay him. No, I don't even know why, you know, Hassan even asked that question, or whatever the case may be. If you feel so bad for that dude, Hassan, won't you give him some money? Because you got Monte. You got the Monte. So give Ish some money. You didn't even have to ask. I thought that was weird. That really threw me off. And 6ix9ine was like, why is 6ix9ine was just looking like stupefied. He was just like, they was like, what? Huh? The dude I snitched on needs some money? And so Wack jumped in and said, no, he answered that question. So Wack said, since he said no, and why you asked that question, like you don't ask no man no question like that. Why would he help a dude that he snitched on? And he said, basically, Wack saying that pressed him. But in the interview, it didn't look like you pressed him. It just looked like you shut that down, because to me, there could be legal ramifications with the situation, and it's not a good look for 6ix9ine for somebody that he snitched on. Now you're talking about somebody 6ix9ine snitched on is basically so desperate for help that he's asking 6ix9ine for help. You know what I mean? And then you doing that, whether Tekashi is an informant or not, that just wasn't a good question. But he shut that down, but he didn't shut it down like, oh, you bitch ass mother effer, you shouldn't have never ever said nothing like that. Where they do that at? I thought he didn't cuss him out like that. He wasn't saying, nah, get out of here, that's some sucker-ish. He didn't do all that to Hassan. So once again, Academics was like, he didn't think anything was wrong, but Academics was drunk. He was shit-faced, so in any event, with that situation, Wack is saying, I pressed him. And so then Academics is agreeing, oh, yeah, you pressed him. But earlier, Academics was just like me. He was stupefied, dumbified. And so was, what's his name, Hassan, because I didn't see no press. He was pressing just a few hours ago. That was a press. He pressed Academics, and he was pressing Hassan and this particular video, but not over there at Spotify. That's why Hassan was shocked. Like, why is this dude talking greasy? Because I didn't see no press. Now, see how he's moving his gesture, his hands up, talking all like that. Now, if he was talking like that in the interview, everybody would have been on guard. It would have been a whole different interview, but it was just a hiccup with, I don't even know why Hassan asked that question about Ish. That was embarrassing. And that was embarrassing for Ish. But also it was embarrassing for Tekashi, because niggas are doing so bad out here in these streets because you were out here snitching. And it also points at Tekashi as still being a snitch. And then, Hassan Campbell said, what's his name? That 6ix9ine is a king and this and that. And, Wack is saying that, you can't call him no king, blah, blah, blah. Okay, you can't call him no king. But Hassan wanted to call him a king or whatever. People that mess with 6ix9ine is going to be like, oh, that's cool. Like, okay, he's a king. Like, I don't think he's a king or anything like that. But still, it was like, it seems like Wack is nitpicking at things that he feel like he pressed him on. And it's just a mischaracter of judgment and some of the, things that Hassan said. Like Hassan was on, ABC 1, 2, 3. I'm in love, peace, healing. I want to get all this message out. Hassan is a different ass dude. Yeah, he's weird. We all know Hassan is weird. He does different shit. Like, so Wack, you saying that to people that watching it, we know who Hassan is. So it's not like you pressing him. We know he weird. He does like scam. I'm telling you, like, I don't know if I can get the beginning of the video. So it's just like, but if you are super type of aggressive and you're super type of street, which Hassan is not, even though they was bigging him up as he was street, and Wack saying he could see that he ain't street or whatever the case may be. He speak against the streets. Sometimes he's a thug, and sometimes he's a Bible thumper or a religious thumper or whatever the case may be. People go in and out of, I'm gonna be good today and I'm gonna be bad tomorrow. When they do their upload shit and talk shit or whatever. So that's just my opinion on what I saw. But I did hear, other guys that are on that super foul, aggressive, if you look at me wrong or you bump into me, I'm a sock you in your mouth. They felt like, Wack was talking greasy. Wack was talking greasy a little bit. he was talking greasy, but who wants to fight right there? Nobody wanted to fight there. They just wanted to do the interview to go viral. That's all. And that's what DJ Academics put them two together, which was a good thing to put them two together and do that interview. Have 6ix9ine there because you got the East, the West Coast OGs, and then you got the Rat sitting there, 6ix9ine. So it was just all, organized chaos in a way. So in any event, it went down, so after that interview, I don't know why Wack went to talk about. He basically said his excuse is Hassan did videos about him months ago. You know what I mean? Let me see. Which one is this? Okay, this one should show you a little bit. This is the beginning. And this is the beginning of the video. And this is Academics listening to Hassan. And he's letting him talk. But Ak is really trying to understand and get it what's going on because he knows it's serious. And he just seemed like, he's just really trying to get Hassan to calm down, Hassan to chill out. Is there a way that we could stop this from going on? Is there a way we can settle this? Wack wants to talk to you. And he was still saying, well, Wack disagrees with that. I mean, basically speaking for Wack. Wack is a grown man. Let him speak for himself. So this is why you could possibly think that maybe Wack does have some control, because we did see a video where, Wack was asking DJ Academics to do something for Blueface. This was, almost a year ago, and there was footage of it. And, and Wack was like, I want to talk to this dude because, a big YouTuber had a big party and a big event, and Wack went there, and he was there with Blueface, and DJ Academics showed up. This is like the first time I seen DJ Academics like at a party with other YouTubers and rappers and stuff like that. And everybody was like, oh, look at Wack coming for Academics. And this is when, to me, that their relationship had begun at that particular moment at the party. And, Wack was asking, DJ Academics, I guess, to put Blueface on his Instagram or talk about Blueface or something like that. Let's do some business. And Wack was and DJ Academics was like, I charge a lot, you know what I mean? But I'm not gonna hit you like the record label's gonna hit you. And then Wack was like, I ain't asking for none for free. I know I gotta come out my pocket. I know I gotta work with you or whatever. I gotta give you some, but don't think that you're gonna low blow me or not. So Ak was standing tall at that point, and this is like when they first started doing business. And Wack was like, I've been calling you, you haven't been picking up my phone call. I can't get in touch with you. And Ak was like, well, I don't want to, I didn't want to pick up the phone call because, I know the prices that I charge, are steep for what I do. And so from there on, they started to build a relationship, and we, so I don't know if Wack is pressing Academics. So now this is Academics trying to figure out what went wrong. And he's basically agreeing that he didn't feel like he was pressed, but he feels like maybe Hassan is upset because, about the being questioned about why didn't he go after Bam, and why didn't he stick up to Bam, why didn't he do this? And so Academics is trying to figure out, like, why is Hassan going this hard? You know what I mean? Well, homeboy was like, get out of my clubhouse room, go find that dude that did this and did that to you. And then all the people in the clubhouse room was like, yeah, you this, you that, like, blah blah blah, that was your boyfriend, and saying all types of fugazi wild shit to him. So so Academics is trying to help this situation out the best way he can. Academics is over here pleading with Hassan at this point. Hassan is on a mission right now. You know what I mean? He's talking about, I don't care if Wack is going to sue. I don't care what Wack going to do. He just got to move. He's in fear, but he's not in fear. And he thinking people going to try to kill him because he exposed a lot of information. And he thought that he was going to be lined up. And he believed the people that are dealing with Wack 100 are being lined up. It ain't no friendship out here. And so right now, when it comes to, Hassan, he might even think that Academics is going to snake him now. He might even think that that's a problem. Like, so it's a whole lot happening, y'all. And Academics I've never seen Academics this professional on Twitch. He ain't never been. He is so professional. He's listening, he's being observant. He wasn't like this at the Spotify interview. He's wiping his head. Oh Lord, what can I do? How can I change this situation? Like, he's trying to bring peace. He really is. He's really trying to bring peace and he really just wants Hassan to just shut up and stop talking about all these criminal activities that he's talking about. Hassan was like, oh, not today. I'm like, yo, academics haven't been this professional on Twitch since he been on Twitch. Okay, he was professional. Academics didn't have a drink. He wasn't drinking. This mother sucker is like, yo, he jumped right in the situation. And he just jumped online because it got real. Like, you talking about all this, and we don't know what Big U and what Wack 100 got planned. You know what I mean? And then academics is in the middle because he brought them two together. He could be worried, but Wack said that academics is all right. I'm just like, yo, so just putting out what's going on. Wack said that he called Hassan weird. He was talking shit to him. And he said, and Hassan was and then Wack said, well, the first interview that he did with Hassan came by himself with one other guy. But the second interview, he brought 6 guys. Hassan said he had 7 guys, or 8 guys or 9 guys. Hassan said he had guys outside, all over the place. He was playing Call of Duty somewhere. So he's saying all this. And you got Wack 100 saying that Hassan's body gestures, they seem like gangster, but his eyes look like academics, like a weak person, like a nerd. So this is what Wack 100, he said, no disrespect to, academics, but that was disrespect to academics to say, oh, Hassan got all the body gestures of a gangster, but when you look in his eyes, you see academics. Because Wack was calling out academics for not having his back, when it came to Hassan. And when Hassan was talking to, DJ Academics one-on-one. So like, yo, this is crazy. I know Academics is like, yo, this is some ignorant shit. I'm tired. I guess I don't think he wants to see anybody get hurt, because if anybody know who's a savage, he would really know what type of work that, Wack 100 does. I don't know, because, it's easy for Wack to be out here talking to people. I ain't from California, so I don't know what type of work he put in. But all I know, he's close to every sex tape. He know everything that be happening. He knows who's a pedophile out here in the rap business. He knows all that information. He knows all the information on the Florida dudes, and Zoo Pound and New York dudes everywhere. The information about Trick Daddy, like, what's going on? And he said he ain't worried about nothing. He said if he said it once, he could say it twice. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this situation. Yes, it definitely did go down. Hopefully everybody stays safe, but you guys let me know what you actually think about this situation. If this is actually true, this is really sad if Wack is out here, blackmailing and taking people money like that. That's how he's getting on. Like, that's what the word is. That's what allegedly he said on the recordings. The recordings I heard and other people heard, that's on Patreon and on YouTube as well. Like, that's damn dirty. Like, yo, for real. It's just like Nipsey Hussle, left his family out here with these snakes that are taking his money. And, what's going on with Adam22? Adam22 is getting pressed too. You know what I mean? Like, what's going on? But Wack 100 basically said, you can't press no podcast. Only thing you could do is get interviews with people and put them on podcasts, because you don't make no money doing no podcast, as far as you going on the show. So you can't really, extort a podcast. So y'all tell me what y'all think about this situation. It seems like he was promising us. It seems like how Hassan feels that Wack was promising him being on these podcasts, being at these places, doing business together, doing clothing line. Hassan said, if he's a snake, if he's a devil, why you want to do business with him? But Hassan said he recorded the dude just to have some protection, because he heard how greasy he was talking about other dudes. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this situation. This is crazy. Point blank, period. Peace and love to all my peeps and my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Yes, it's sad. It's real sad, girl. Lorraine, this is really sad. Like, for real. Like, damn. You gotta worry about the snakes in your camp, the snakes around your camp, and then you gotta worry about the dominant society. So, when you climb that ladder, you really gotta climb the ladder. Good night.